Being a Sikh in my school really helps me. It actually gives me an advantage because, first of all, a lot of people know my name, and that really helps me. And also, when I play solos in school and stuff, like I play in front of like a really large audience, and like a lot of people play solos, but like when I play solos, they remember me because I have a turban.
People remember you, and then all the girls like your turban style. I get girls commenting on the color of my turban.
The first day I came to like my new school because I moved like 3 years ago. Like everybody was asking me questions. I was like literally surrounded with people. I felt like a celebrity.
It's really nice to be unique. For me, I'm the only Sikh in my school, so everybody knows me as the one kid who's the Sikh. I also get a lot of compliments about like how I match my turban with my outfit.
Around school, some of the kids that I didn't even know about would come up to me and be like, "Hey, I know you. You're Sahaj. You play tennis." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't even know who you are." It's like, "Oh, I recognize you because I saw you in the paper and you have a turban." It's like, "Oh, that's cool."
Also, like I had one of my friends in my school. He was like 2 years older than me, and like when we would see each other in the hallways, everybody was like, "Yo, is that your brother?" I was like, "No, just my friends." Because apparently, like a lot of the non-Sikhs think if another guy's wearing a turban, he's automatically like your brother, your sibling.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
that a lot.
The daily stuff, a lot of staring, a lot of talking, joking, laughing, like looking at you and then turn away and laugh. That stuff.
I think post 9/11, I think everyone's faced a lot of prejudices and biases, whether you're in like an airport or even in the mall. Like you might see people staring or looking.
They sometimes like touch the turban and like squeeze it. I get like mad a little, and like they don't listen. They always do it.
When I was younger, kids would be like, "Oh, well, isn't that gross that you don't cut your hair?" Yeah, they would be like, "Oh, well, don't you wish that you could get new haircuts sometimes?" But not since I've gotten older now.
After 9/11, they're very scared. Everyone's scared. I mean, for example, for me, I saw my dad getting bullied one time in New York, and that's really demeaning because he's my father. He's the guy I'm most scared of.
I'd say I had a few negatives, but I'd sort of deal with them by educating my peers about my religion instead of just ignoring them and or coming back with something meaner to say to them.
When I was in kindergarten, I got some, but then my mom came and talked to them, and then she told them and explained to everybody about my religion. So not anymore.
The American, like the white people in our school, they're not as well aware as the Indians in our school. So they don't treat them the same way that they treat the other Indians and the other, like, the whites in our school.
In my school, there are a lot of racist people. Like I got a lot of stuff when I first moved to like my new neighborhood, but now I really don't get a lot of stuff. I only get some like racist comments from other kids, and like 2 times I got called Osama.
At school, I did, but then all I had to do was like ask a couple people from my gurdwara to come over to my school and do like a presentation, and as soon as they found out, they were a lot better at handling it. Like, no, I didn't get teased as much, so knowledge is the way.
Like they ask me, why can't you cut your hair? I say it's against my religion, and and then they ask you, why do you wear your turban? And then I say, to keep my hair neat.
Why do you have so long hair? I just say that we cannot cut our hair. This is when I was born. I had really long hair, so it's our religion. We can't cut it. So, and we have 5 basic things. We have kanga, kada, case, kirpan, and kachera. So the 5 basic needs of what Sikh have.
Whenever I meet someone new, they always are curious about why I wear my turban, and I explain it's because of my religion, Sikhism. So I kind of go a little more in depth in like that we believe in one God and so on. And they're actually excited about learning about Sikhism, and it comes to an advantage for me because they become excited and want to learn more.
why don't you cut your hair? And I tell them that in my religion we believe that our leaders, our gurus, gave it, and God gave it to us because they wanted to stand out in the crowd.
Sometimes people are like that your hair is too long and you're gonna get split ends, and that you should cut it and just either if you don't do it then just trim it. But it's still, or we tell them that that if you take care of your hair properly, then it won't cut or you won't get split and stuff.
My hair symbolizes basically it protects all the really important parts on your body, like my head. So my hair, our gurus told us not to cut our hair to protect our heads.
Yeah, they're like, why don't you cut your hair? And I'm like, because God gave you something, why would you cut it off? And then they're like, oh, that's nice. And then they ask how many gods you believe in. I would say one. And yeah.
Why I listen to Hindi music instead of the music they listen to.
Sikhism just basically wants equality for everybody. It's not everybody should just have the same basic rights like everybody else has.
I go to a all-girls high school, so women's equality is a big deal at my school. So I think that it's really cool that my religion is already been on that women's equality train for years.
I guess the fact that we're the 5th largest religion in the world, because a lot of people don't know that, so it's kind of important.
My belief in equality and how it's a central part of Sikhism. I'm the vice president of my school's Gay Straight Alliance because I really believe that regardless of what somebody's religious beliefs are, they shouldn't influence government, and I really think that everybody has the right to equal rights regardless of something that they can't control.
Everyone who wears a turban is just the same as everyone who doesn't wear a turban. There's no difference between a white and a Sikh, no difference between an Indian or an African.
I call it like a school. So think of it as a school where if you were to go to a private school, you will follow their rules, you will wear their uniform.
It's really logical because we are the youngest religion, and our holy scripture, the Guru Granth Sahib, hasn't had any contradictions with science or anything like that. So
I think one thing for me that's really important is seva. So I always thought seva is doing volunteering, giving yourself to people that need help. So that's something that I think from the Sikh faith I took and used it, within my job too. I always thought it was important to help others, and then that's really why I got into, medicine and got into healthcare.
I see a lot more kids in the gurdwaras here than I see in the gurdwaras in India. And they're very much involved, and it's really, really pleasing to see that. In fact, when our relatives visit from India, they're so surprised to see how well the community is united and together over here than back at home.
That God is always is with us. I like to be a Sikh because Babaji helps you and he even protects you.